Coming up on Fulton Today, residents voice their concerns about the 2017 budget. We'll hear what they have to say.
The 154th session of the Georgia General Assembly is now underway. I'm Dante Carter, and I'll tell you just what Fulton officials hope to accomplish here this year.
And what's next for the new city of South Fulton transition? I'm Priscilla Ortega, and I'll have that story.
That and more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. A new year means a new session for lawmakers under the Gold Dome. So what do county commissioners hope to get passed during this General Assembly session? FGTV's Dante Carter is at the Capitol with this story. Dante?
Shania, bills passed during last year's session has a major impact on the county this year with legislation like T-Splosh in the city of South Fulton. But for the 2017 session, leaders have major items, several of these items that they hope will gain the support of our lawmakers. As the legislative session gets underway, commissioners hope three key items are passed. One is balanced 911 funding. Most cell phone providers retain as much as 20% of the $1.50 per month per line fee charged on every cellular and landline for cost recovery. If passed, balanced 911 funding would end cost recovery and bring in millions to the county.
It will provide perhaps up to $5 million for Fulton County, and it will modernize and coordinate state revenue collections, those fees that are attached to our home phones as well as cell phones and the VoIP systems. So we're very excited about coming into the 21st century here.
Another key item is the provider renewal fee. Since the county is a major investor in public health services, it's invested $60.2 million in the financial and operation success of Grady Health System.
This fee is critical to Grady Hospital because it reimburses for Medicaid expenses. And so, of course, we know that Grady is a high provider for services utilized by Medicaid patients.
And the final key is a new focus on Governor Nathan Deal's third phase on justice reform, which was passed nearly 3 years ago to help rehabilitated offenders re-enter society. He recently created a task force to look at law enforcement training and standards, and if passed, it could be a big boost to community policing. And of course, we will be following all of the legislation this session, and we'll have updates for you right here on Fulton Today. Reporting from the Capitol, I'm Dante Carter for FGTV.
Thanks, Dante. As a number of new lawmakers get down to business at the Capitol, another new Fulton Superior Court judge is officially sworn in. The Honorable Eric Dunaway took his oath of office before family, friends, and colleagues. Born at Grady Hospital and raised in South Fulton, the husband and proud father of two daughters feels there's no place better than Fulton County to live, work, and raise the family.
To come through high school in Fulton County, go to college in Fulton County, to have been serving the people of the state of Georgia for the last 20 years, to get this opportunity now to continue to serve the people here in Fulton County. Just really grateful, very thankful for everyone who came out and supported us, and we're ready to work.
Now that he's sworn in, he's wasting no time on the promises he made to those who voted for him.
I'm a happy person. I enjoy life, I enjoy people. And one of the things I've learned during the course of being an attorney for 20 years is not to consider the cases as case files, not to just think you're signing documents, but that these cases are actually people's lives, and you're affecting people's lives, and every time you walk into court, someone's being affected.
This is Judge Dunaway's second go-round with Fulton County. He spent nearly 12 years in the district attorney's office where he worked on major felonies. The transition continues for the new city of South Fulton, and both residents and county employees continue to have questions. FGTV's Priscilla Ortega has this story.
Shania, county leaders are continuing to answer all the questions they can at frequently held employee transition and public meetings. Now that Governor Nathan Deal has named members of the transition team, county leaders expect to be able to have more of those concerns addressed. Whether it's from residents in South Fulton,
and you're getting ready to deal with the transition team, and that deals with my question,
or county employees impacted by the formation of a new city.
First question, What is the RIF date? Is that the date that you all we will receive a pink slip?
Commissioners and top county leaders are responding to questions about the newest city in Fulton County.
And we believe that sharing information is important as a first step, and the willingness to listen is another step.
Eventually, service areas like police, fire, parks and recreation, and planning and zoning will be transitioned to the new city. Many employees from those departments are hoping to get positions with the new city when that happens.
They don't know the future, so we try to set them at ease a little bit and let them know that, hey, we're fighting on their behalf to make sure that the new city does consider them for employment.
To help sort through some of the changes, Governor Nathan Deal's 5-member commission on South Fulton will work with the county and help oversee the establishment of the new city. Those members are Camilla Moore, which will be the chairperson, Senator Donzella James, Representative Roger Bruce, Josh Belinfante, and Kevin Grimes. The commission will now work on preparing for the new city by working on a plan to transition services, collect taxes and fees, and negotiate intergovernmental agreements when requested. Now, in the meantime, candidates who want to run for office must officially qualify this week. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Priscilla Ortega.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Meanwhile, members of the community expressed their concerns about the 2017 budget. During the first meeting of the year, residents lined up to give their input on funding for services this year.
I strongly encourage you to continue to support the arts and culture in our community and increase the budget and oppose the current cuts that are provided.
We need a considerable, reliable, sustainable public policy to ensure public safety for our citizens.
From public safety to the arts, commissioners heard firsthand what services the residents want funded. During last month's recess meeting, commissioners also heard from citizens on how money should be allocated once the budget is approved. From hiring more full-time staff members to maintenance and facility improvements, residents were passionate with their pleas.
Support us.
There's been no support, no support. I've seen people employees going from full-time to part-time, to they're disappearing and we don't know where they are, to a very, very toxic smell that runs through the entire place.
Our facility is in dire need of cleaning and painting. Approximately 2 years ago, they came and put blue masking tape around, sign of painting, but nobody has come to paint.
A state of Georgia statute mandates that an official public hearing be conducted at least 1 week prior to the final adoption of the budget. The day before the commissioners met for its first board meeting of the year, they held a special called board meeting at the Aviation Community Cultural Center. The board reviewed the budget process, projections, and priorities, reviewed and discussed the 2017 strategic initiatives, and discussed the 2016 annual report and direction of performance management for the upcoming year.
This is really about moving things forward in a way that citizens will see and certainly our Fulton County colleagues will see. So I thought it was an excellent meeting that, again, was very action-oriented and I think very productive.
The board and top county staff plan to host additional special meetings in 2017. And still to come on Fulton Today, addressing the crime issues at gas stations. It's a part of our district by district coverage next. Fulton officially swears in its commissioners for new terms, and the calendar is out for the new year of community forums. Here's this week's district by district coverage. We begin with a look at the newly affirmed district commissioners. District 2 Commissioner Bob Ellis took his oath of office from Superior Court Chief Judge Gail Tucson just before the new year. And during the first Board of Commissioners meeting of the year, commissioners with other even-numbered districts were sworn in for another 4 years. District 4 Commissioner Joan Garner and District 6 Commissioner Emma I. Darnell.
Really excited to be reelected and to have a 4-year term ahead of me and to sort of continue the good work that we've been doing collectively as a board and be part of that. Certainly, you know, a lot of great things and a lot of that we wrestle with and kind of put in place over the past 2 years, and it's going to be fun to kind of keep rolling in that same direction, in the positive direction for the next 4 years. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I would not be here today starting a new term if it were not for a passion that has been with me since I was young. It is the passion of activism, of believing, of knowing deep in my soul that what we do together matters, that our potential is great, that we can work together to create new opportunities, that we can take better care of each other.
Together, over the past 2 years, we've gotten it done. We've taken one small step to ensure that all people, old and young, rich and poor, black, white, Asian, Native American, all people, Morehouse and no house, live together in peace.
A few years ago, through House Bill 171, state legislators staggered the election cycles for Fulton's board members so that all of them are not on the ballot at the same time. Fulton's at-large commissioner is calling for the South Fulton community to work with law enforcement to help address the increased incidence of crime at gas stations. Chairman John Eves hosted a strategy session for stakeholders to address effective response strategies to address the problem.
At a minimum, it was a great conversation in terms of clearly hearing from residents and multiple stakeholders that we have a challenge in our community in terms of crime. But the good news is there is a willingness on the part of people to come together and address it. And I think that we can solve this issue.
Is it an opportunity for us as a school community, collaborating with many stakeholders within our community to problem solve and brainstorm ways to prevent and curtail some of these issues that we've seen.
It's very educational in that the judges were able to speak about the constraints under which they work, which in the usual sound bites that you get from TV, you don't have that. You don't know that they can't lock people up the way they say that everyone wants them to.
Just before the end of the year, Chairman Eves addressed the media with a victim who had been confronted at gunpoint by criminals and carjacked. Police say the public can help by being vigilant and attentive, including getting tag information and by locking the car when they exit the car to pump gas. District 5 Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. announced the 2017 dates for his community meetings called District Dialogues.
We want to make sure that we're getting out to the people and make sure that the people have an opportunity to engage with the county, its county, their county, and to provide input on the services that they receive and then how they would like their money spent.
The forums will kick off in April at the Southeast Library, Bowden Senior Center, and Welcome All Park. Dozens of residents showed up in 2016 to speak on a myriad of issues from public safety to youth programs. You can get more information on the sessions by visiting the District 5 website. All of the meetings in 2017 will be from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Now you can catch more of your commissioners at work all this week with the rebroadcast of the Board of Commissioners meeting right here on FGTV. And still to come on Fulton Today, why you need to care about what the Red Cross is doing. Stay with us. January is Blood Donor Awareness Month. Now, Fulton County partners with the American Red Cross every quarter to host a massive blood drive right here in the atrium. But this organization does a lot more than just collect blood donations. Davina Mims Puckett, she is with the American Red Cross. Welcome to Fulton Today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, naturally, when people think about the Red Cross, one of the things they think about is donations of blood. How important are these blood drives?
Well, right now, during this time, the season, it's really important for people to remember that donations can be down for several reasons. People may not be able to donate due to seasonal illness, and there's also harsh climate in other parts of the country. So during this time, we see that donations tend to be fewer. So it's really important that we, those who can donate, do so that the blood that's on the shelves can help support some of these other communities where donations might be, not happening as much.
And there's some stuff that people need to know before they donate. Tell us what they are.
There's a couple of things that you should know right off the top. You need to be at least 17 years of age or older to donate. You also have to be at least 110 pounds, and you got to be in relatively good health to donate. But there's some other requirements that you might want to check out to make sure that you're eligible to give. Just go to redcrossblood.org, or you can download the American Red Cross Blood app, and it'll tell you right away if you're eligible. So those are some of the things you need to know just while you're considering donating.
And another critical component of the Red Cross is its emergency response. Talk about those services.
Red Cross responds to nationally more than 66,000 disasters every year. Here in the state of Georgia, one of the biggest local disasters that we respond to every day are home fires. On average, there's about 10 in the state that we go to. Once the fire department calls us, the Red Cross shows up with comfort and hope. That can start from something as simple as a comfort kit, which includes soap and a toothbrush, a washcloth, the items you and I took for granted yesterday, but that extends to financial assistance to help a family prioritize their emergency needs.
And let's also talk about how the organization helps military families in their time of need.
When a service member is overseas and maybe there's an event happening back home, a death in the family, or maybe a baby has been born, Red Cross helps deliver those messages to our troops overseas, and we also help them come back home, and we help provide that communication for families every single day. And we keep up with our troops, and we also provide many different resources for our veterans as well, helping them get to steady stay, especially our homeless veterans as well. And so we have a large service to the armed forces component to Red Cross, and we are continuing to stand on the values that our founder Clara Barton set many years ago.
And your final thoughts?
All of this is done through the generosity of our donors. We couldn't do it without them. Also, we really thank our volunteers. Red Cross is led by volunteers. More than 91% of our workforce is made up through our volunteership, and we couldn't do it without them.
Davina Mims Puckett from the American Red Cross. Great information, great having you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, if you want to learn more about how you can donate or volunteer, you can go to redcross.org. Fulton's health team is making it more convenient to bike and walk all around the county. Employees with a partnership to improve community health, or PITCH, says that there are numerous health benefits from pedestrian-friendly roads or complete streets.
Complete Streets creates an opportunity for residents to be able to walk more safely, to become more physically active, to ride their bikes more safely, or even in business district, persons might be more inclined to walk to work or to ride bikes to work.
Examples of these streets are located on 10th Street near Piedmont Park in Atlanta. PITCH employees have put together awareness videos on the benefits of the Complete Streets initiative and are encouraging community leaders to incorporate them in upcoming construction projects. Complete Street supporters say the upgraded roads also increase safety. Now, according to the American Public Health Association, car versus bicycle crashes can be reduced by up to 50% by having marked bike lanes. For more information on the Complete Streets initiative, you can call the PITCH program at 404-612-3492. The family of an Atlanta Hawks player is helping adults with developmental disabilities right here in the county. Members of the Dwight and Cheryl Howard Foundation are now offering support to the South Training Center, which is right next door to their office. The foundation organizers are the parents of Atlanta Hawks player Dwight Howard. The nonprofit mentors youth, provides after-school programs, and teaches the importance of giving back. Now, those youth are connected with behavioral health clients at the South Training Center.
This training center here means a lot to us because we know that although they have students that are 18 and above, we realize that this is a great ministry for our community. And this is one of the things that we want to do. We want to be impact players for this community.
Dwight Howard Sr. says a recent joint holiday party was just the start of the new partnership. Employees at the South Training Center say the youth help encourage their clients and bring new life to the center when they visit. And when Fulton Today returns, mixing art with science. Stay with us. Young people now have a new place to learn all about Cooperative Extension's 4-H Club. The county just launched a partnership with the Atlanta History Center to provide 4-H programs in northern Atlanta. The partnership involves monthly meetings on Sundays at the Buckhead location for free.
Our monthly meetings are our main programs that we have for the upcoming year, but we're in the process of developing leadership curriculum, citizenship, and also some of our specialized judging teams for 4-H.
The meetings cover topics including agriculture, teamwork, leadership training, and service projects. Monthly club meetings are geared toward kindergarten through 12th graders. There are also events and competitions throughout the year where 4th through 12th graders can participate. To get more information, call 404-332-2400. And finally, students combined their knowledge of science with their love of art. It was a water tower competition, and in order to compete, the students had to build a water tower that was able to hold a gallon of water. They were only allowed to use recycled materials or spend less than $5. About a dozen kids from various middle schools in the county participated. The Public Works Department hosted and helped judge the event at the Fulton Science Academy in Alpharetta.
They will go through hydraulic testing and structural stability engineering testing and how well does it hold water, how much water does it hold, all of these things, the dimensions. And after the end of the competition, we'll have an award ceremony and someone's going to get a few prizes.
This was the first time the county held the event, but organizers hope to continue with this competition annually in order to expose more kids to careers in the water industry. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to connect with you online. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.